They had been talking. The train had carried them out of London. Carrot là mang họ. Now they were speeding past full of cow and sheep. They were quiet for a time, watching the field and land flick past. Field có nghĩa là cánh đồng. Around 12:30 was a great gathering outside in the corridor, and smiling dimly, women slid back their window and said, "Anything off the cart, dear?" Harry, who hadn't had any breakfast, leapt to his feet, but Ron's ears went big again, and he muttered that he brought sandwiches. Harry went out into the corridor. He had never had any money for candy with Dursley, and now that he had pocket ready with gold and silver, he was ready to buy as many more bars as he could carry. But the woman didn't have more bars. What she did have were Petty Puss every flavor beans, flavor là vị, rubber bass blowing gum, chocolate frog, pumpkin patties, cauldron cake, licorice worms, and a number of other strange things Harry had never seen in his life. Not wanting to miss anything, he got some of everything and paid the woman 11 silver sickles and 7 bronze nuts. Ron stared as Harry put it all back into a compartment and tipped into an empty seat. "Hungry, are you? Starving?" said Harry. "Take a large pint out of pumpkin pasty." Pint là cánh. Ron had been taking all a lumbering baggage and unwrapped it. There were 4 sandwiches inside. He pulled one of them apart and said, "She always forget I don't like corned beef." Corned beef là thịt bò bắp bò. "Swap you for one of these," said Harry, holding up a pasty. "Go on." "Pasty là chả nướng bọc bột," said Harry, who had never had anything to say before, indeed anyone to say it with. It was nice feeling sitting there with Ron, eating their way through all Perry pasty, cakes, and candy. The sandwiches lay forgotten. "What are these?" Harry asked Ron, holding up a chocolate frog. "They are not really frog, are they?" He was starting to feel that nothing would surprise him. "No," said Ron, "but see what card is. I'm missing a gripper." "What? Oh, of course you wouldn't know. Chocolate frogs have cards inside them, you know, to collect famous witches and wizards. I have got 500, but I haven't got Agrippa or Ptolemy." Harry unwrapped his chocolate frog and picked up the card. It saw a man's face. He wore half-moon glasses, had a long, crooked nose, and flowing silver hair, beard, and mustache. Underneath the picture was the name Albus Dumbledore. "So this Dumbledore?" "Harry, don't tell me you did never hear of Dumbledore," said Ron. "Can I have frog? I might get a gripper, thanks." Harry turned over his card and read Albus Dumbledore currently headmaster of Hogwarts. Headmaster là hiệu trưởng, considered by many greatest wizards of modern times. Dumbledore is particularly famous of his defeat the Dark Wizard, famous Great War in 1945, the discovery of 12 use of dragon blood, and his work on alchemy with his partner Nicholas Flamel. Professor Dumbledore enjoyed chamber music and temping polling. Harry turned the car back over the door to his astonishment that Dumbledore's face had disappointed. He's gone. Well, you can expect him to hang around all day. Sarah, he'll back. No, I have got Morgana again, and I have got about sick of her. You want it? You can start collecting. Ron eyes straight to buy of chocolate frog waiting to unwrap. Help yourself, say Ron. But in the Muggle world, people just say but in photo. Harry stared as Dumbledore sealed the lid back into the picture on his card and gave him a smile. Ron was more interested in eating the frog than looking at the famous witches and wizard cards, but Harry couldn't keep his eye off them. Soon he had not only Dumbledore and Morgana, but Harris of Warcraft, a Peregrinon, Circle, Braxius, and Merlin. He finally tore his eye away of his Doris Clockdona, who was scratching her nose to open a bag of Party Pots, every flavor beans. You want to be careful with those. Ron wanted. When they were say every flavor, they mean for every flavor. You get all the ordinary ones like chocolate and peppermint and marmalade. But then you can get spinach and leaf a try. George reckoned he had burger flavor red one once. Rob picked up with green bean, looked at it carefully and bit into a corner. Black, see, sprout like you are. They have good time eating every flavor bean. Harry got tossed coconut cake, bean, strawberry, curry, grass, coffee sat in it, and was even brave enough to nibble the end of a funny gray one. Ron wouldn't touch would turn out to the pepper. The countryside, now flying past the window, was becoming wider. The net fields had gone. No, there was the run, twisting river and dark green hills. There was a knock on the door of their compartment, and the red-faced boy Harry had passed on platform 9 and 3 came in. He looked tearful. Sorry, he said, but have you seen a toad at all? When they shook their heads, he waved. I have lost him. He keeps getting away from me. He'll turn up, say Harry. Yes, said the boy miserably. Yes, if you see him, he left. He'll turn up, said Harry. Yes, said the boy miserably. Well, if you see him, he left. Don't know why he's so bothered, said Ron. If I had brought a toy, I did lose it as quick as I could. Todd là con cóc. Mind you, I brought skippers, so I can't talk. The rat was still snoozing on Ron's lap. He might have died and you wouldn't know the difference, said Ron in disgust. I tried to turn him yellow yesterday to make him more interesting, but the spell didn't work. I will show you. Look. He rummaged around his trunk and pulled out a very patchy-looking wand. It was chip-beaded in place, and something white was glinting at the edge. Unicorn hair nearly poking out. Anyway, he had just tried his wand. Then compartment door slid open again. The tallest boy was back, but this time he had a girl with him. She already were wearing her new Hogwarts robes. Had anyone seen a toad? Neville lost one. She said. She has pushing sort of voice, lots of bushy brown hair and rather large front teeth. We already told him we haven't seen it, said Ron, but the girl wasn't listening. He was looking at the one in his hand. Oh, are you doing magic? Magic, Victor. Let's see it then. She sat down long. Ron looked taking a pack. All right. He cleared his throat. Sunshine daisy buttermellow. Turn the sloppy fat red yellow. Sunshine có nghĩa là tia nắng. He waved his wand, but nothing happened. Gabriel stayed gray and fast asleep. Are you sure that real spell? Said the girl. Well, it's not very good, isn't it? I have tried a few sample spells just for practice and it's all work for me. Nobody in family magic at all. It was even such a surprise when I got my letter, but I was ever so pleased. So of course, I mean, it's the very best school of witchcraft there is. I have learned all of course by heart. Of course, I just hope it will be enough. I'm Hermione Granger. By the way, who are you? She said, all this very fast. Harry looked at Ron and was relieved to see by his stern face that learn of I'm Ron Weasley. Ron Midwest. Say Harry Potter. Say Harry. Are you really? Say Hermione. I know all about you. Of course, I got few extra books for background reading, and you are in modern magical history in the rise and fall of dark arts and great wizardry even of the 20th century. Am I? Say Ron, feeling dazed. Goodness, didn't you know I did have out everything I could if it was me? Daze ở đây có nghĩa là sững sờ. Do either of you know what's how you're being? I have been asking around and I hope I'm in Gryffindor. It's out by far the best. I hear Dumbledore himself was in it. But as a Ravenclaw, wouldn't be too bad. Anyway, I did better go and look for Neville told. We did better go and look. You two had better change. You know, I expect we'll be there soon. And she left, talking the tallest boy with her. Whatever how, I hope she's not in it. Say Ron. He threw his wand back into his trunk. Stupid spell, George gave me it into bed. He knew it's what the was how your brother in asked Harry. Gryffindor, said Ron. Gloom seemed to be settling on him again. Mom and Dad were in it too. I don't know what they'll say if I'm not. I don't suppose Ravenclaw would to be too bad, but imagine if they put me in Slytherin. That's how the house war. I mean, you know who was saying? Yeah, said Ron. He flipped back into his seat, looking depressed. You know, I think the back end of Scabbard would skirt a bit lighter, said Harry, trying to take Ron's mind off house. So what do you, oldest brother, do you know that they left Hathaway? Harry was wondering what without the once he did finish school. Shortly in Romania, studied dragon and built in Africa doing something for great gods. Say, Ron, did you hear about great gods? Is happening all over the Daily Prophet. Don't suppose you get that with the muggles. Someone tried to rob a high security vault. Security là bảo vệ. Harry stared. Really, what happened to them? Nothing. That's why it's such big news. They haven't been cuffed. My dad said it must have been powerful dark with us to get around Green Guards, but they don't think they took anything. That was out. Course, everyone gets scared when something like this happens. In case you know who's behind it. Harry turned this news over in his mind. He was there starting to get wrinkle of fear every time you knew who was mentioned là đề cập đến. He supposed this was all part of entering magical world, but it had been a lot more comfortable saying Voldemort without worrying. What's your Quidditch team? I don't know any, Harry confessed. What? Ron looked dumbfounded. Là làm ngạc nhiên. Oh, you wait. It's the best game in the world. And he was off explaining all about football and the position of 7 players. This great famous game he did bring to with his brother and the prompstick he did like to get if he had money. He has just taken Harry through the final point of the game when a compartment door slid open yet again. But it wasn't Neville, the toddler's boy, or Hermione Granger this time. 3 boys entered and Harry recognized the middle one at once. It was the power boy from Madame Mockingbird's shop. He was looking at Harry with a lot more interest than he did show back in Diagon Alley. Is it true? He said. They are saying all down the train that Harry Potter in this compartment. So it's you, is it? Yes, said Harry. He was looking at the other boy. Both of them were thick-set and looked extremely mean. Standing on either side of the poor boy, they looked like party girls. Oh, this is great and this is gold, said the boy carelessly. Noticed where Harry was looking. And my name is Malfoy. Draco Malfoy. Ron gave a slight cough, which might have been hidden or snigged. Draco Malfoy looked at him. This is my name. Funny, do you no need to ask who you are? My father told me all the Weasley have red hot freckles and more children than can afford. He turned back to Harry. You'll soon find out some wizarding family are much better than other Potter. You don't want to make him friends with Ron Short. I can help you there. He held his hand to shake Harry, but Harry didn't take it. I think I can tell who the Ron Shorts are for myself, thinks he said coolly. Draco Malfoy didn't go red, but a pink thing appeared in his cheek. I did be careful if I were you, Potter, he said slowly. Unless you are pet, you go the same way as your parents. They didn't know was good for them either. You hang around with riff-raff like Dursley and that Hagrid, and it'll roof off on you. Both Harry and Ron stood up. Say that again. Ron said, his face at rest as his hair. "Oh, you are going to find us, are you?" Malfoy sneered. "Unless you get out now," said Harry more bravely than he felt, because Scrabble and Roy were a lot bigger than him or Ron. "But we don't feel like leaving, do we, boys? We are eating our food, and you seem to have some." Gurglet reached toward the chocolate floor next to him. Ron leapt forward, but before he did so much at all, Gurglet let a horrible yell. Skipper the rat was hanging off his head, his fingers sharp. Little thick sun dabbed into Golas, Knuckle, Crapper, and Malfoy back away as Golas zoomed Skipper round and round, holding, and when Skipper finally fell off and hit the window, all three of them disappeared at once. Perhaps they thought there were more rats lurking among the swigs, or perhaps they did hear footsteps, because a second later Hermione Granger had come in. "What's going on?" she said, looking at Sweet over the floor, and Ron picking up Skipper by his tail. "I think he's been knocked out," Ron said to Harry. He looked closer at Skipper. "No, I don't believe it. He gone back to sleep." And so he had. "You met Malfoy before?" Harry explained about their meeting at a Diagon Alley. "I hear of this family," said Ron darkly. "They were some first to come back to our side after you know who disappeared. Say they did bewitch. My dad doesn't believe it. He say my forefather didn't need an excuse to go over the dark side." He turned to Hermione. In a sniff voice, "And you got dirt on your nose. By the way, did you know?" Ron glared at her as she left. Harry peered out of the window. It was getting dark. He could see mountain and forest under that purple sky. The train did seem to be slowing down. He and Ron took off their jackets and pulled on their long back robes. Ron were a bit short of him. You could see his sneaker underneath them. Avoid each other through the train. "We'll be reaching Hogwarts in 5 minutes' time. Please leave your luggage on the train. It will be taken to the school separately." Harry's stomach lurched with nerves, and Ron, he saw, looked pale under his freckles. They crammed their pockets with the last of the sweets and joined the crowd thronging the corridor. The train slowed right down and finally stopped. People pushed their way toward the door and far and out onto the tiny dead platform. Harry shivered in cold night, and then a lamp came popping overhead. "Student, first year over here." "All right there, Harry." Hagrid begged Harry. Peace became overseas of head. "Come on, follow me any more. First year, mind your step now. First year, follow me." Slipping and stumbling, they followed Hagrid down that was seemed to be a step, a narrow path. Nobody spoke much. Neville the boy, who kept losing his short sleeve once or twice. "You all get your first sight of Howard in a sec." Harry called over his shoulder, "Just round the bend here." Then was a loud "ooh!" The narrow path had opened slowly onto the edge of great black bench atop a high mountain on the other side. Its windows sparkling in the starry sky was a vast castle with many turrets and towers. No more fall to a port. Harry Collett pointed to fleet of little pot sitting in the water by shore. Harry and Ron were followed into their port by Neville and Hermione. "Everyone in!" shouted Hagrid, who had a pot to himself. "Right, then forward!" And the fleet of little boats moved all at once, gliding across the lake, which was as smooth as glass. Everyone was silent, staring up the great castle overhead. It towered over them as they sailed nearer and nearer to the cliff on which it stood. "Head down, sighed Hagrid as first boat reached the cliff. They all bent their heads, and the little boat carried them through a curtain of ivy that a wide opening in cliff face. They were carrying a long dark tunnel which seemed to be taking them right underneath the castle until them reached a kind of underground harbour where they clambered on onto rocks and pebbles. "Oi, you there! It is your turn," said Hagrid, who was checking the pot as people climbed out of them. "Travel!" cried Neville wistfully, holding out his hand. They climbed up a passageway in rock after Hagrid, Lamb coming out and slid onto smooth. Them crashed right in the shadow of the castle. They walked up a flight of stone and crowded around Hutch on front door. "Everyone here? You there? Still got your sword?" Hagrid rose, he chanted first and knocked 3 times on the castle door. "Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for listening."